In a world dominated by superficial interactions and polished social media profiles, truly understanding someone's true character becomes both an art and a challenge. In today's discussion, we uncover the hidden depths of human personality through the lens of Carl Jung's groundbreaking theories. We will examine concepts such as the persona, the shadow, the journey of individuation, the influence of archetypes, the role of intuition, and the significance of empathy and active listening. By exploring these facets, you will learn to peer beyond the surface and gain genuine insight into the authentic self. Our mission is not to judge or label individuals, but to equip you with psychological tools that help you see the layers beneath everyday behavior. The goal is to nurture empathy, enhance your interpersonal relationships, and ultimately foster an understanding that encourages personal growth. Let's begin this compelling journey into the heart of human nature. Carl Jung introduced the concept of the persona as the social mask that each individual wears in order to navigate everyday interactions. While the persona is essential for functioning in society, it often conceals the deeper, truer aspects of our personality. The persona is a construct shaped by social conditioning, cultural norms, and personal experiences. From the moment we are born, society establishes expectations of behavior, appearance, and even thought processes. Over time, these expectations become internalized, forming a mask that serves as our public image. This mask, however, is not always congruent with what we truly believe or feel internally, and can be seen as a necessary compromise to gain acceptance in various social settings. When someone is overly invested in their persona, several traits emerge. You may notice a consistent need to please others, a reluctance to reveal vulnerabilities, and an overemphasis on appearances. Conversations might be filled with cliches or rehearsed lines rather than authentic reflections of thought. Such individuals may seldom show emotion outside socially acceptable limits, leaving you wondering whether their actions are motivated by genuine belief or by a desire for external validation. It is in moments of stress or unexpected challenges that the cracks in the persona become visible. Under pressure, the rigidity of the social mask often dissolves, revealing the authentic emotional responses that lie underneath. The disparity between how a person behaves when they are relaxed and when they are under duress can provide invaluable clues about their true self. For instance, a person who maintains impeccable decorum in all settings may falter in genuine crisis moments, letting slip micro-expressions and reflexive behaviors that betray the depth of their internal world. A well-integrated individual manages to use the persona as a tool rather than a barrier. They are capable of adjusting to social norms while remaining connected to their inner values and emotions. Observing whether an individual can fluidly transition from their public performance to a more authentic display of their inner life is a strong indicator of personal development and self-awareness. Jung's concept of the shadow refers to the unacknowledged, repressed parts of the psyche that are often contain undesirable qualities or memories. These aspects are frequently pushed away because they do not align with the refined self-image we wish to project. The shadow consists of all that which we deny or dislike about ourselves. It is often made up of traits like anger, jealousy, selfishness, and insecurity. However, it also holds potential for creativity and resourcefulness that goes unrecognized due to societal suppression. The shadow represents the parts of us that we fear, and acknowledging it requires facing our imperfections. One of the most significant aspects of the shadow is its tendency to be projected onto others. When a person is unwilling or unable to accept their own shortcomings, they may criticize or blame these traits in people around them. If you notice someone who is overly judgmental, harshly critical, or quick to assign blame for certain behaviors, it's possible that they are in fact projecting parts of their shadow. Such projections provide a window into understanding the internal conflicts that the individual has yet to reconcile. Every individual has emotional triggers that are tied to their repressed shadow elements. An overreaction to an innocuous remark or an unexplained burst of anger in a calm situation hint at unresolved inner turmoil. These potent reactions can be clues that point to deep-seated issues that have not been fully integrated into the person's conscious awareness. Rather than simply dismiss these moments as anomalies, consider them as invitations to understand the more complex facets of their personality. Integrating the shadow is a vital process for achieving wholeness. People who work to accept and integrate their hidden selves are often more stable, self-aware, and capable of authentic relationships. They have learned to understand that acknowledging their darker aspects does not diminish their value, but instead enhances their capacity for empathy and resilience. An individual's willingness to confront their shadow and even discuss their flaws openly signals significant personal growth.
Individuation is the lifelong process of integrating all aspects of the self, both conscious and unconscious, to achieve personal wholeness. It is seen as the ultimate goal of personal development in Jungian psychology. Individuation is not a process that happens overnight. It involves a continuous quest for self-knowledge, reevaluation of values, and the striving to reconcile opposites within one's psyche. A key element of individuation is accepting contradictions and understanding that the human being is a combination of both light and shadow. This process requires deep introspection and ultimately results in a more cohesive and authentic identity. An individuated person is characterized by a strong sense of inner purpose and the ability to remain true to themselves despite external pressures. They are resilient in the face of adversity and possess a profound sense of inner balance. Their decisions tend to be rooted in internal values rather than external validation. Such people are often reflective, using journaling, meditation, or psychotherapy as tools to assess their internal progress. Their willingness to explore not only their accomplishments but also their vulnerabilities is a testament to their commitment to self-growth. A significant milestone in the individuation journey is learning to balance the persona with the shadow. While the persona helps in social interactions, the shadow contains important aspects of a person's true nature. An individuated individual does not completely discard the persona, rather they allow it to coexist with an honest recognition of their darker sides. The result is a harmonious blend of social adaptability and genuine self-awareness. This balance often manifests as a calm confidence and is evident in the way such individuals navigate life's challenges without resorting to defensive behaviors. The process of individuation involves several stages, including initial recognition of the need for self-improvement, active engagement with both the known and hidden aspects of the self, and eventually the integration of these facets into a unified whole. Reflect on your own experiences when moments of crisis forced a reevaluation of your priorities. The uncomfort often paves the way for significant transformation. People who show a continual pattern of growth even after setbacks are invariably on the path to individuation.
According to Jung, archetypes are universal inherited symbols and roles that appear in myths, dreams, and folklore. They are the deep, foundational images that shape how we perceive the world and dictate behavior. Archetypes are innate predispositions that influence our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. They manifest in many forms, such as the hero, the mentor, the caregiver, the rebel, and the trickster. Each archetype carries distinct qualities and narratives that can be recognized in the behavior patterns of individuals. For example, someone might embody the archetypal hero by constantly striving to overcome challenges and protect others, whereas another might resonate more with the rebel archetype due to an inherent desire to question authority and break boundaries. When trying to discern someone's true character, look at the stories they tell about themselves and the recurring themes in their behavior. Do they focus on triumph over adversity, or do they emphasize wisdom and caregiving? Dominance of certain archetypes can provide hints about a person's inner motivations. You might notice that someone who always positions themselves as a savior or protector might be driven by an unconscious need to prove their worth. Alternatively, a person who often challenges norms and exhibits irony may be influenced by the trickster archetype. It is rare for an individual to exhibit a single archetype exclusively. More often, multiple archetypes interact to create a layered personality. A person may exhibit the nurturing traits of the caregiver while also displaying the rebellious impulses of a trickster. Understanding this dynamic interplay can offer a more nuanced perspective of their true character. This complexity is what makes every individual unique, as the balance among these archetypes reflects their personal experiences, cultural background, and psychological growth. Archetypes can also expose internal conflict. When an individual over-identifies with one archetype to the detriment of others, it may be a signal of an unresolved inner imbalance. For instance, a person who strictly adheres to a heroic identity might suppress more vulnerable or sensitive qualities, leading to a lack of emotional depth. Recognizing and acknowledging the shifting dominance of these archetypes, a dynamic process rather than a fixed state, is crucial to understanding both the potential and the limitations inherent in any personality.
Beyond observable behavior and concrete reasoning lies the subtle domain of intuition. Jung argued that intuition is a powerful psychological function that enables us to perceive truths that elude the rational mind. Often, our first impression of someone, a gut feeling or an inexplicable sense of rapport, stems from intuitive cues. These impressions may manifest as a sudden ease in conversation or a lingering discomfort that merits deeper attention. Trusting these intuitive signals can be essential when attempting to understand a person's hidden motivations, especially in instances where logical analysis alone falls short. Enhancing your intuitive capabilities requires practice and self-reflection. Regular mindfulness exercises, meditation, or even journaling about your interactions can help sharpen your intuition. By reflecting on past encounters, what felt genuine and what seemed forced, you gradually train your mind to detect subtle discrepancies between words and actions. Over time, an intuitive sense becomes an invaluable tool, supplementing rational analysis when evaluating another's character. While intuition provides insights that logic may overlook, it is most effective when combined with concrete observation. Relying solely on gut feelings can lead to subjective misinterpretations, but when you validate intuitive impressions with consistent behavioral patterns, you form a more accurate image of the individual. The interplay between intuition and logic often reveals layers of personality that are both profound and multidimensional. Consider instances where a person's instinctual warning was later confirmed by revealing actions or decisions. These scenarios underline the importance of listening to that inner voice. Likewise, moments when intuition and reason align can lead to a more confident understanding of someone's true intentions. In these cases, the blend of both faculties not only reinforces insights, but also enriches your ability to form meaningful conclusions about character. Empathy and active listening are vital in uncovering the true layers of a person's personality. These interpersonal skills allow you to engage not only with what is said, but also with what lies beneath the surface. Empathy goes beyond simply recognizing another's feelings. It involves a deep, resonant connection with their emotional state. When you listen empathetically, you create an environment where individuals feel secure enough to reveal their vulnerabilities. This raw sharing often uncovers aspects of their character that are buried beneath carefully curated facades. Active listening demands more than just hearing words. It requires that you fully immerse yourself in the conversation. This involves thoughtful questioning, non-judgmental reflections, and an openness to being affected by the other's emotional current. When you practice active listening, you often elicit disclosures that are organic, unguarded, and deeply revealing of one's inner world. Meaningful dialogue is characterized by mutual openness. When both parties share authentically, it paves the way for genuine connections. Observing someone in situations where they allow themselves to be vulnerable while responding with sensitivity can be a powerful indicator of their true character. In contrast, a consistent refusal to let down one's guard might signal deeper insecurities or unresolved conflicts. Over time, sustained empathic engagement and active listening build a robust foundation of trust. As mutual understanding deepens, layers of personality begin to peel away, revealing the complexities once hidden behind social masks. This ongoing process not only enhances individual relationships, but also enriches your broader capacity to relate with others in an increasingly complex world. After exploring the components of persona, shadow, individuation, archetypes, intuition, empathy, and active listening, it becomes clear that understanding true character is an ever-evolving, intricate process. In daily interactions, always be aware that individuals operate on multiple levels simultaneously. What you initially see at social gatherings or in public settings is merely a fraction of their full personality. By integrating observations from various contexts, social stress, intimate conversations, and reflective solitude, you can form a more complete picture of who they really are. Recognize that the process of discerning character is as much about understanding yourself as it is about understanding others. The journey of self-reflection is pivotal as you gain insights into your own persona, shadow, and inner archetypes. You become better equipped to recognize these dynamics in others. This reciprocal process enhances relationships and fosters a community where authenticity is celebrated. Make it a habit to pause during interactions and observe not just the words spoken, but the emotional energy and impulses underlying them. Integrate brief reflective moments into your day, whether through journaling or quiet meditation, to capture insights that might have otherwise been lost in the rush of daily life. These practices transform every conversation into an opportunity for deeper connection and understanding. Accept that human character is inherently complex and multi-layered. There is rarely a clear line between what is presented and what lies beneath. Embracing this complexity with humility and without rushing to judgment is what ultimately leads to richer and more rewarding relationships. In conclusion, discerning someone's true character is not about reaching a singular verdict. It's about continuously engaging in the process of discovery and empathy. By looking beyond the persona, confronting the shadow, witnessing the journey of individuation, identifying dominant archetypes, trusting your intuition, and practicing active listening, you draw closer to understanding the true essence of a person. This ongoing journey requires patience, self-awareness, and a deep commitment to authenticity. Remember that every interaction is an opportunity to learn more about another person, and in turn, about yourself.
As you evolve, so too will your capacity to recognize the intricate blend of strengths, vulnerabilities, and hidden qualities that make each person unique. Keep in mind that judgment is never final. It's an invitation to explore, reflect, and connect on a level that transcends petty preconceptions. When you embrace the entirety of someone's being, acknowledging both the light and shadow, you create space for transformative relationships built on trust, empathy, and mutual growth. Thank you for joining in this deep exploration of Carl Jung's psychological insights into character. May your journey toward authentic connection be filled with keen observation, heartfelt understanding, and continual self-improvement as you navigate the complexities of human nature.